this?
Patronus Weißbier. Naturtrüb.
99p!
Where from? Lidl. Oh, they have that there.
Yeah.
Mm.
As a follow-up from last week's video, I think this is what Lidl should do. Basically getting good German beer, because I think they're trying a bit hard with the craft beer stuff. I don't think they're very good at it. But this is really nice.
Cool. Right, well, welcome to Blind Beer Tasting.
Welcome.
I'm Sven.
I'm Matt.
And we're here to review a beer chosen by Matt.
Yeah.
This is it. Beautifully presented in aluminium foil, unlike the duct tape and paper monstrosity I presented last time.
Anybody think I was OCD? Quite proud of this one. So, basic information. I mean, this was only packaged on the 21st of May, so this is nice and fresh.
That means it's probably hoppy.
Could be. There is a twist in this beer.
Oh, lemon.
Well, literal. Yeah, it could be. Could be lemon. There's something that's different about it.
I don't like the smell.
Sniff it again. Good, it's going well. I've had this before, I like it. You can't smell it in a can.
I can.
You cannot.
Easy. Don't spill it. Okay, so cloudy.
Lovely and cloudy.
Straw colour.
Kind of one finger white head.
Fine head. Not very carbonated. It's sour beer, isn't it? I can smell that already.
I'd say nothing.
I can smell that sour beer. Oh, and it's not even like a lemon sour. It's like a sour. Look at it. Look, the head's dying.
It's gone.
The sourness.
It's gone. No head.
What are you doing to me?
This is a really interesting beer, and I think actually
it's making my muscles.
Yeah. Yes.
Just by smelling it.
Exactly what it should do. There's a lot that's actually quite obvious about this beer from its smell and its taste, and I would like you to try and work it out. I'm going to say very little here, so you're going to have to just accept I'm being mute.
Well, I can just smell sourness.
Where's the sour coming from?
Where's the sour coming from? It is a familiar sourness.
Yeah, it should be.
It's not lemon or anything like that.
No.
Right, I'm going to sip it. Oh God, I know that.
I really like this beer.
Although it does have a sort of lemony end bit. It's probably a fruit I've never eaten because it's too sour.
Yes, this is the rare Japanese snow plum. No, it's not. It's something you'll have had before, I think.
If it weren't so sour.
See, I don't even think for a sour, and this is a sour beer.
It is a sour.
I don't think this is that sour.
It's not massively sour.
I mean, I think if you compared it to something like Thornbridge Tart, which I know you've struggled with in the past.
Yeah, very much so.
This is not as sour as that.
It's not as sour as the stout we had that time.
The one that was
one that was off, which we did film, but we didn't publish.
I'm not going to name the brewery.
No. Oh God.
So this is really obvious to me, but I don't know if it's really obvious because I know what it is and I've had it before.
Lime?
No. What you do get from this beer, which you don't get with all sours, there's a real kind of lactose thing going on, which actually makes it, I think, quite almost creamy around the mouth. Because it's not particularly carbonated.
No, it's gone completely flat now.
But it's got a lovely, rich mouthfeel. I really like this beer. I think it's great. It's almost... It's so hard for me not to say what this beer is.
Well,
so I'm going to have to repeat about
well, hang on. Well, it's not.
You've got to make some guesses.
It's not going to be. It's not a Berliner Weiss because it's normally quite clear. But it could be if it's a lacto. But obviously, it's not the only lacto beer.
You're gonna have to make some
it's
guesses.
not. Oh, it's really hard.
I want style, I want ABV, I want country, and I want them now.
Oh, ABV 5, 4.8. Not above, not much above 5. Nowhere near, below 5.5, I'd say. Country. I'm just going to go with it's a Berliner Weiss, but not from Germany, from an English brewery.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, well, let's go.
This is so exciting for me.
Gypsy Hill.
So I took a trip to London yesterday and sweated my arse off on the tube. Not just for this, but I did happen to pop to Gypsy Hill Brewery and pick up some of this very, very, very special beer, in my opinion.
Pineapple. Oh, it's a Gose. Okay.
So, now I would pronounce this a Gose. I thought it had a hard E.
There's no emphasis on that word. But 5%. 5%.
So this is a brewery, a brew between Gypsy Hill and Little Monster. It's a very limited brew. I've only done it once. I'm not going to do it again unless it goes particularly well. I don't know of it well. I think they're selling it in a few random places. I think they're selling it in odd bins.
We kettle sour the beer overnight before adding 2 grams per litre of pink Himalayan salt, and then they pressed 200 kilos of fresh pineapples and added the juice of the fermentation. Drink it and talk to people, if your jaw muscles will allow you to. No, actually,
it's not going to put me off. Now, I don't know if you've picked up on the trick with this beer. It is a Gose. I'm calling it a Gose because that's what I read it was online.
I don't get pineapple though. I don't get pineapple. No. And I love pineapple.
Sour pineapple, pineapple cubes.
I love
yellow
pineapple.
Pineapple cubes.
Yeah, I love them.
The sweets though, not the actual tinned ones. Like the sweets.
No, I'm talking about fresh pineapple.
I think this tastes like pineapple cubes.
I'm not getting much
Sweets you got on Woolworths Pick and Mix back in the day. There's something you've still not picked up on this beer. It's the trick. You've missed the trick. I forgot the trick, but you've missed it.
No hops.
It's got no hops in it.
No bittering hops, no aroma hops.
John Willett's a friend of ours. He's going to be very annoyed. Getting no cash out of this.
The yeast is BE256 in one case. Malts, Pilsner, wheat, acidulated, and dextrin. Because you need acidulated malt in this. Oh, that's interesting though. No hops. Yeah, you don't notice any lack of bitterness with the sourness. Interesting.
I mean, the thing about Goses, I'm still calling it that. I don't care if you are German.
I don't care.
The thing about Goses is that they are generally much weaker than this. Actually.
Yeah.
I've always had a Gose German ones between 3 and 4%. They're a bit like a Berliner Weiss, but just I think slightly different area. And they're normally more bitter, actually, more sour.
Okay, well, I've never had a Gose
different part of Germany.
So, but what is interesting, because you could have essentially got rid of the 200 kilograms of fresh pineapples and just replaced that with some sort of pineapple-y hop.
I like the pineapple.
It doesn't.
It's all over it for me.
See, when I smell it, all I can smell is like the sourness. There's the tartness, the lacto kind of sourness. I just don't get it. It's not coming through. And it's 200 kilos, and I can't taste it.
I think it's really obvious. I think we might have hit upon one of the quandaries of tasting things in that people taste different things.
Maybe.
For
but
me,
even knowing that there should be pineapple in it, I'm not tasting pineapple. And I also have this terrible feeling that this Weiss beer is going to be ridiculously sweet after tasting that.
You can but hope, like, to mess with your palate. I mean, this is an interesting one for me because I really like this. I really like this. If it wasn't about £3.70 a can, I would happily go out and drink a few of these for a lovely time. Because it's not strong, it's only 5%.
Yeah, but your stomach would hurt after a while.
I think it's fine. I've got a tough constitution. But, yeah, that was funny. There's a label on the back saying...
Hops fade fast, drink fresh, and no hops.
I mean, pineapples fade fast too.
Yeah, I know, but I think that's just something they put on all of
It
them.
might be default. But yeah, I think if you happen to come across a can of this, I would go out and get it because it's really interesting to get a beer which is unhopped. You're not going to get a lot of beers which are completely unhopped. You know, do it for the experience, even if, like Sven, you're not particularly keen. Also, just to throw it out there, I think Gypsy Hill Brewery do some of the best cans going. I love their cans. This really looks like my mate
Like the labels.
Palmer on the front. Yeah, I think they're great. And also, it's a weird thing in my sort of post-industrial aesthetic. I really like a plain can with a sticker on it. I think you can do really interesting things.
I mean, the nice thing is, I'm not a big fan of sour beers, but I can probably have two or three of these and be, you know, pretty happy. And it is an interesting beer, but I mean, if I had to choose between this and this, I'd probably take this.
That's right, it's a lot cheaper.
But yeah, by a huge margin.
Yeah. Well, I think it's worth going.
It's a good hot day drink.
It's a very good hot day. Also, it's got salt in it. I don't really get the salt.
No, I get the Himalaya.
I'm tasting the Himalayas.
And a bit of yak. Bit of yak.
Yak.
Yeah. Just a soupçon.
The word yak makes me think of being sick. I suppose we better go.
Yeah.
We've talked about this for quite a long time. It's a controversial beer.
It's a good one,
We're
though.
going to yak about it.
This is one of the ones that I would expect to have on the blind beer tasting because it is something that I wouldn't normally go out and buy. I wouldn't go and get myself that beer, and this is the whole point. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was in it. Matt's like going, "There's huge pineapple in it." I'm not entirely sure about that. So yeah. So we're going to do. I've already got the next lot for next week.
Well,
So
we might even do it this week.
If you want to catch up on the episodes, hit subscribe and the bell and all those other buttons down at the bottom. Like, share and comment below, and we'll see you next time.
Me.
Cheers.
I'm cheers on this one.
This is going to be so sweet now, isn't it?